Hi, and welcome to Lippy Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our question of the week. Tom, what do you got for us?
So my question for you guys this week is there anything about about paranormal investigation that scares you?
Good question.
Demons.
Yes. I mean, if you go into being a paranormal investigator and you don't have your guard up and you are not afraid of certain things, you shouldn't be in this field. Mm-hmm. This is a very dangerous field. And people are like, bullshit. You walk into a house, you walk into a historic museum, you walk into the middle of the woods, you don't know what you're walking into. You know, yes, our house investigations, we have a questionnaire that we look at, blah, blah, blah. I don't care what the homeowner writes. I really don't, because they could fake the whole thing and you could walk in and all hell breaks loose. You never know what you're walking into. You never know what can attach to you, and you never know what you're going to bring home. It's like something, you have to be very well grounded, very well minded in this field. We go to a lot of investigations. We don't take on demonic cases.
No.
That doesn't mean it's not there.
Right.
You know, very much so like a Ouija board. People use the Ouija board, 99 out of 100 times nothing happens. I would even go with, it's probably a 1% chance something's going to happen. That's the odds of that Ouija board going off. Nothing's going to happen. We could use one right now for the next, we could use it every day for the rest of the year. Nothing's going to happen. Guarantee it. Doesn't mean it's not ever going to happen. And that's something that I remember being in, I think it was Adam Bly, he's a demonologist, his lecture about Ouija boards, where just because you're using it now doesn't mean the activity is going to start now. It's going to hit you when it wants to, if you're talking about demonic. And yeah, you're a teenager, 18, 19 years old, you got nothing to lose. So what? It scares you. Who cares? It's going to wait, and it's going to hit you when you're 26, 27 years old, when you have a family, and you have kids. Mm-hmm. And who do you think it's going to go after? It's going to go after you. It's going to go after your kids, because that's how it breaks you down. Mm-hmm. And that's when it's going to show its cards. So going into this field, doing what you're doing, people come and go all the time. They come in about 2.5 years. They'll go out in the field. They'll ask a million EVP questions. They'll take a million photos, have a couple of experiences. They're cool. They wipe their hands clean and they think it's done. Wait 25 years from now. Just wait. See what's going to happen. I'm waiting for it. I'm almost anticipating the fact that something eventually is going to give. You know, there's a certain point in the paranormal field that you looked at a lot of these paranormal investigators that are on TV and they get sick. They're sick. You know, what's his face from Paranormal State?
Oh, God, the camera guy.
No, the main character,
Zach Baggins.
No, Paranormal State.
Ryan Buell.
Ryan Buell.
Yeah.
He had pancreatic cancer out of nowhere. Fought it, won,
right.
Fantastic. But that's what happened to him. Look at the guy look at Zach Baggins.
I mean, with the eye issues and stuff like that.
The doctor
Bill Taft.
Yeah.
He went to the demon house and he had full organ failure. I mean, and this is just 3 people in a very short period of time where it's real, man. It's, you know, and everyone thinks, I'm just going to go on a ghost hunt, you know, join a paranormal team. And
you also have to look at the type of investigating they're doing, too. As opposed to certain people that are just doing...
Right.
They're literally going into houses they think are demonic and kicking stuff up. Right. Zach Baggins, Ryan Buell, and those guys. Mm-hmm. They're going into those environments knowing they're hostile and trying to provoke and stir things up.
I don't think
not
State,
all of them. No, they didn't provoke
like that.
No.
Ghost Adventures provokes, but you know,
but you're asking for it when you know you're going into that negative environment.
Right.
Like that.
Right, but you never know what you're walking
into.
into.
No.
That's the thing.
I can tell you.
You never know.
Yeah.
You know, that it's dangerous. It's a dangerous field. What do I fear the most is that unknown. You know, like, yes, I fear demonic haunts. I do. But doing this for so many years and doing the research and talking to so many different people that deal with cases like that, I feel like I'm very well-minded. I can handle it. I'm not saying that for a lot of people. Just because you have 15 years of experience in the field doesn't mean shit.
Right.
You have to be very well balanced and be able to block that stuff out. You know, When I go home after here or after a case, I go home and I shut it down. That's it. This is my home. This is where I'm at. You have to do that. If you can't do that, if you're sitting here doing constant research, looking stuff up, and you can't stop your work and break it apart, you're gonna fall into some pretty bad shit.
I mean, I'll talk from experience. I did a case that we went into and thought it was just a regular run-of-the-mill ghost house or haunting, and turned out to be something on a demonic level. And the things that I experienced shook me when it first happened. And I didn't investigate for a while after that. And then, after a little while, I started thinking to myself, well, I did this, I got through it, and I felt like that helped prepare me to deal with things better. Not that I'm running into every house that you say is demonic and things like that, but you know, when we've been to Mount Misery Road and we saw something that we couldn't explain, and I walked up to it, like just walked straight up to it, and just didn't think twice about it, but I felt prepared to handle that situation. And yet, and this isn't me tooting my own horn or trying to sound like a tough guy, because that's not the case at all, because it could push back and I could knock me on my ass and terrify me. But, you know, I think there's an aspect of myself, and this goes into my religion. Like, you're taught, like, when you're baptized in an Orthodox church, you're taught, like, you're literally oiling yourself to make yourself slippery to the devil, and you spit at him 3 times and renounce his name, and then you put on your cross, and they're all significant of going into battle. And so there's an aspect of that behind me that says, okay, because of my faith and because of these things, I feel like I was meant to handle certain aspects of that. And anytime you're talking demonology or anything like that, you're talking straight up, you know, religious. So you've got to go with your faith at that point. So I think that those things have helped prepare me to handle certain things. And now I'm at a place where we'll go to a location and I'll get an idea that something's going to go wrong. You know, Sheep Pasture Park is an example. And I looked at Mike and I told him straight up, I was like, I don't feel right. I need to shut down. And I shut down, and then we had a lot of weird things happen. It affected everyone else in the group. I knew it right before it happened, and I shut myself down. And, you know, that just comes from experience, though. That comes from experience and stuff like that.
And because you're an empath.
And because apparently I'm empathic, as a lot of people like to tell me. I call it experience. You want to call it empathic? That's fine.
What about you?
I mean, just the unknown. I mean, I think if you're a paranormal investigator and you're not scared of something, you probably don't really believe what you're doing. Because, you know, I think that's safe to say. You know, from my experience being case manager, I probably know more about a case than anybody else in the group before we go in. Because I'm talking to the clients, I'm reading what they're saying, I'm emailing with them. I still don't know what to expect when we walk in. You know, you don't know, you know, that they could be saying anything in that email. And not even just on a paranormal aspect. We don't know what we're walking into in that house. We don't know, you know, who's to say someone's not setting us up to rob us and kill us. I mean, you can put that into the equation too. So, you know, you have to be in tune to whatever you're doing, whether it's paranormal or real life, you know, and have a healthy fear and respect of everything we do.
Absolutely.
I think to be effective in this job and be safe in this job.
Yep, I agree. And also, just as a note, one of my biggest fears is my kids, is something attaching to my children. I have 3 boys, and that's probably my biggest thing. So I'm constantly blessing my house. I do it especially every year around Easter time when I get the holy fire. Again, this is me being religious, and that's just how I handle these things. But I tend to notice that when I do it, activity in my house will slow down. Or stop entirely. So, and it'll be good for a year, and it'll start to pick up. It'll be Easter time. I'll get my goes away, and then if we do a big case, nobody knows this. You guys don't know this. If we do a big case that I think was negative, when you leave, I bless this whole basement again. I have holy water. I have crosses. I do the whole shebang down here. You'll see there's a dish over there with incense that I burn down there too sometimes. So if I think it's that, and these guys will never know, because I'll do it when they're not around, because I don't want them dwelling on that stuff. But that's just well, you wouldn't, but I do that. I do that after certain investigations. But yeah. So anybody else want to add anything?
Good.
All right. So thank you guys for joining us on this latest edition of Ghost News Network. Let us know what you think of this question in the comment section below. You can also like, share, and subscribe, and click the little notification bell to know when all of our content is being uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys very much for joining us, and until next time, take care, guys.